Hey, friends.
Hey, friends.
Welcome to Leave Me Alone. I'm working on it. I'm Oria Joale.
And I'm Cassie J.
I wanted to be like I'm Oria Joale coming to you with a chest full of acid reflux, but I'm like TMI.
Hectic.
TMI.
um, you look pregnant.
Guys, I'm very pregnant. Yo, I
Like
I I'm on
the
this
the baby bump is
is
bumping.
bumping, isn't it?
Yeah. It's
The
cute
bump is
though.
bumping.
I'm
Is
here for it.
it? It doesn't feel
I
cute.
know you're going through it, but you look great.
Through it. I feel like my only saving grace in this pregnancy journey is that most of my clothes are like stretchy anyway.
Got you. Got you,
I'm
got you,
like
got
a
you.
I'm like a wash and wear type of girl. You know what a wash and
Got
wear
you.
is, right? Because you don't
Yeah,
have to iron those. Yeah,
exactly.
so like
Exactly.
they've been stretching, and I've been lucky to not have to buy too many new stuff
Got you.
apart from bottoms anyway. But yeah, we are at a point where there's nowhere else for this baby to go. I'm at full capacity. Full capacity. I'm
He is
like,
almost here.
I'm gonna need
So
you to scoot down, sir, because mama can't breathe, mama can't
has
eat, mama
he
can't
has
sit
he done
properly.
that thing where his head is ready? Is
Yes.
he? He's
According
upside
to the
down.
doctor, he is fully upside down. And he's so big now that he's not. So before he used to like kick and have these jabs. Now there's no space for that. So he's kind of like worming his way through. Like now
Pain.
it's like a belly wave. You just like you don't get the
He
jabs
must
anymore.
also be
You just
so
get the
like you're
squirming.
uncomfortable. He's uncomfortable. Probably. He's like
We're
there is
both
no
uncomfortable.
room in here for me anymore.
Zero. Like he's full capacity. And I'm like, is this one of those things that's like a short person problem? Because like I've got a really short torso. Do you know what I mean? I was like, if my
I'm with
torso
you.
was longer, would there be more room for him? But I
Got
suppose
you.
if I was a taller person, possibility he'd also be bigger. So maybe there wouldn't. Guys, I don't know if this math is mathing, but anyway. Um, there is a Nigerian author that I quite like. Her
Mm,
name is Lovey Ajayi. I don't know if
okay.
you know her. She calls
I don't
herself
know her.
the professional troublemaker, is how she refers to herself.
Love that.
So,
One of your Nigerian authors' books is becoming a movie.
Children of Blood
Children
and
of Blood and
Bone.
Bone.
Guys, when I tell you I'm scared and I'm worried.
I understand why you feel this way, but I have faith.
Do you?
I
I mean, I
do.
loved the books.
The books are amazing.
Loved. I'm Isn't it Amazon making it? Amazon
I
Studios?
don't know who's making it.
I think it's Amazon. Look, here's why I'm scared. I'm scared for a lot of reasons. Number one, I'm scared that they're not gonna it's a for that thing to be made properly, it needs a Game of Thrones type budget. And
It needs
I don't know
a.
that they'll give it that kind of budget. Number one. Number two, for it to be made properly, it needs authenticity, which means you can't just slap anybody who's black on that screen. You need Nigerians because
But
it
there are
is about
so many like high
there
quality Nigerian
there
actors and
are
actresses.
there
There's
are,
so
but are
many.
they going to do the work, or are they going to put faces that they think are diverse and they think will sell it? That's two. Three, you will need some consult from like
A
not even
thousand
actors,
percent, yeah.
or you need consult from people who understand the history behind the
Mm,
story, who understand the
mm,
gods, who
mm, mm,
understand the
mm, mm.
culture. You need those kinds of people serving as, I don't know, co-producers or exec producers, whatever. You need them on set as well to serve as supervisors. So that's three. Four, I'm worried about the language. I don't want to hear Yoruba that's off. I don't want to hear made up language. I want to hear the Konk Ijinle accent. So if you're not going to give me that, forget about it. So these are my
Look,
words.
I do think it's going to be tough for them to make the Nigerians deeply happy,
Can
but
I
I
tell you that
have
it's not? because
With
the Nigerian movie industry is very, very well developed, and we've got strong people. You just need to lift some of those people and merge it with your Hollywood budget and your Hollywood expertise in making a movie like the Game of Thrones franchise, you
yeah,
will win. You need to
yeah,
merge
yeah,
the best of both worlds. But you see, the thing that
yeah.
Hollywood often does is Hollywood wants to stand on its own and tell another person's story. If you merge
I'm
both
with you.
worlds,
I'm
you
with
will
you.
get
I'm
the
with you.
very best.
I'm
I
with you.
don't
I'm
think
with you.
it's
I'm
that
with you.
hard, to be very
I
honest.
also don't think it's gonna be
What
that
do
hard
I
to
know?
do. But you're
What do
right.
I
There's
know?
gonna be competing interests, and who knows whose interest will win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of talent in Nigeria, and some of that talent isn't even just only in Nigeria. There's talented Nigerian actors and producers and script writers and
Mm,
and
mm,
and script
mm.
consultants that live in the US and the UK. Like, we
Well,
are not people who stay in one place, you know?
let's hope the author has done the things by like insisting on her involvement.
Mm, yeah.
Anyway, sorry, I've completely digressed from what you want to talk about, but please tell me about your Nigerian author that you were talking about now.
So she's Niger. Look, I don't know if she thinks of
The
herself as Nigerian
troublemaker.
American or American Nigerian. There's a link. Anyway, um, so last year when the fires happened in Cali, she tweeted something. And I remember seeing it, and I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it takes me a minute to sit with a thought, before it becomes an episode or something I want to talk about. Um, she tweeted something. Oh, was it a tweet? No, it was on Threads. Look, I'm so confused these days. There's too many social media apps. Can we just merge? It was on Threads. And I'll read what she basically said. So she said, "This is a reminder." Wait, okay, wait, but we all know what happened, right? Like, the fires happened, people lost their homes, people lost their lives, people lost their sources of livelihood. Like, it was a rough time. She said, "This is a reminder to not lecture anyone right now on you can always replace things. People lost their homes, their anchoring, the roofs over their heads. A lot of people lost a sense of safety. Do not toxic positivity it. Let folks feel things, hold the space, listen, but don't look on the bright side, folks, who are literally watching symbols of all they've worked for and built burn down." And I remember seeing it, and the first thing that jumped out to me was, do not toxic positivity it. Because we talk a lot about like toxic negativity and not wanting to have people who are, who carry that energy in our space, in our lives. And I was like, but I've never really thought about or talked about toxic positivity and what that could look like in today's day and age, with everyone trying to be more positive and put the best foot forward and all of that kind of stuff. So I went and looked up the definition of toxic positivity. And it says
Okay.
it means having a good vibes only approach to life and discarding any seemingly negative emotions. It denies people the authentic support they need to cope with what they are facing. It says that while there are benefits to being optimistic and engaging in positive thinking, toxic positivity rejects all difficult emotions in favor of a cheerful and often falsely positive facade. Before you come for me, I'm a Christian girly. I do believe in calling those things that be not as though they were. Or what the modern day
Mm.
trend is calling manifestation.
Mm,
I
mm,
do
mm.
believe in being positive and having a positive outlook on life. And I do believe in wanting to, like, if you've got friends or family, or you're going through a rough patch, I do believe in looking on the bright side. That's
Mm.
not what this is. I think this is more when people reject any contradicting emotions that's not positive. So, for instance, in this situation where these people have have lost their homes and whatever, whatever. I feel like the worst thing you can say to someone is look on the bright side in the middle of what they're going through.
Yeah, I mean, that does sound incredibly tone deaf. Like, I don't know. eh, I mean, when the fires were happening, look, I'm not huge on the social media as it is, but like, I didn't see people, I saw a lot of empathy, I saw a lot of compassion. I didn't see a lot of people being like, don't worry, it'll be fine.
No, there was a lot of that. And I'll tell you what it was. A lot of what people were also putting out on social media, and I was rocked. And I remember sitting and going, have we just completely lost our humanity to the point where we are not
This I saw.
bothered? We are
Yes.
not bothered that this is happening, because
Yeah.
a lot of what was also on social media was, after all, the people and the place where it happened in California was supposedly a wealthy place. So they're
Yes.
like, they
Yes.
have money,
I saw
so
this.
they'll be
This I saw.
fine. You know,
I
it
look,
was
I saw a lot of that, but I didn't see this toxic positivity. I didn't see people being like, look on the bright side. I didn't see people because it's such
But
a
that's
tone
literally
deaf
what it is, guys.
response.
Look on the bright side. You have money, so you can rebuild. Literally. Like
But
you're
that
not
wasn't
poor.
toxic positivity. What I saw people, the people that I saw doing that was like throwing it back in their faces. I saw a lot of like, well, at least you've got money, you'll be able to rebuild.
Mm.
I saw a lot of like people being like, well, now the wealthy will know what it feels like. You know, I
Yeah,
saw a
there
lot
was a
of
lot of that as
there was a
well.
I saw a lot of negativity. I didn't see toxic positivity. I didn't
Mm.
see that, you know?
I mean, we
Um
were not, we you and I are on the outside, but
We're
she
yeah, we were
lives
not
in
within. Of
California.
course,
And,
of course,
for her to
yeah.
tweet this, I'm like, maybe it's something that she experienced or saw or whatever. But
I
that's not
think
even,
the point that I'm trying to make is that like I can't imagine a situation where something so devastating happens and people are like, "Oh, look on the bright side." There needs to
oh,
be the
really?
space and the room to feel the emotions. I need to something sad has happened, let me be sad. Like let me go through the 7 stages of grief and then we'll be healed at the end. But right now I'm at stage 1 where it's sore, where it's painful, where I'm crying, where I'm screaming, where I'm shouting, like I'm feeling the emotions that I need to feel, and then we
Mm.
can talk about the bright side. But
I'm so glad that Cassie is so in touch with her humanity. It's so great for the future of the world at large. You
you're
just you just need
playing
to
a lot
have
of
like
pressure at my
you
feet,
just
but
need to
okay.
have like a dozen babies so that you can start like your own tribe, and they can
Hectic.
multiply, and maybe the world will be a better place.
Hectic.
Because
Hectic.
let me tell you, friend, this is a thing. And
Hectic.
I have seen it, I have heard it. And I'll give you an example that is commonly used in like as a joke. I'm sure you've heard people say stuff like, well, at least you're crying in a BMW.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
What do you call that? Like someone has going through heartbreak.
For
Their
me,
world
like
is
that's
falling
not
apart. And you're like, it could be worse. At least you're crying in a nice car, not on a bicycle.
I'm with you, but for me, I don't count that as toxic positivity.
I
Like
think that is toxic
that's
positive.
not
You're
what I would
basically
classify
saying,
that as. I would classify that as like honestly, it's giving bitter. Like like you're bitter. You're bitter that you don't have a BMW to cry in. And I say this as someone who doesn't have a car. So like, okay. But like for me, toxic positivity would be like, and I'm going to corporate, okay? Toxic positivity for me would be like you've got shitty bosses, shitty leaders, the culture is like in the toilet, and then the boss stands up in front of the town hall and is like, you know, unrealistically happy and is like things are great and you're amazing and we're the best company in the world, but meanwhile we all know that the undercurrent is rotten and is foul. Like for me that's toxic positivity because you want us to be happy. You should be happy. You should be happy that you're here at this company. You should be happy that you work here. Like that for me is
"Mm,
that's toxic.
I think it's more about, okay, so for me, my understanding is it's more about like something bad has happened. right? To an individual or to a group of
Mm,
people, but
mm.
we are telling them to deny the feelings of pain, of shame, of
Yes.
anger
Agreed.
in favor
Agreed.
of being cheerful, in favor of looking
Agreed.
forward, in favor of it could have been worse. Here's
Yes.
an example, I think. And so a lot of the things that I've got a list, and a lot of them it's really me coming from my Christian brothers and sisters, because sometimes we over Christianize things.
Mm,
So someone has lost a loved one, and then
mm,
they're crying, and I know scripture says not to cry as those who don't have hope, like when you lose when you lose a loved one, English.
mm,
But I the next I've heard people say, oh, don't cry, they're in a better place. Like, don't
mm.
cry, they're in a better place. Oh, are they? Okay. They might be in a better place, but my heart is broken. I've just
Mm,
lost someone that I love.
mm,
Allow me to cry. Allow me to roll on the ground. Allow me to scream. Allow me to not eat or not come out of my room. And people are like, no, you shouldn't do that. They've gone to be a better place, or at least they lived a good life, or at least they're no longer
mm.
in pain. You should be happy that at least their pain and their suffering is over. I think, okay, do you think that that's an example of toxic positivity? Because I think that that's a strong one.
Mm. I do think it's an example of like toxic positivity. I think for me, there needs to be an element within like the toxic positivity that is like coming from a place of like deep and willful ignorance. Like you're ignoring the pain for the
Mm-hmm.
purpose of painting a green picture. So
Yeah.
yes, in the example that you've painted, yeah, I would say that then that is a little bit of toxic positivity. Um, yeah. Sorry,
So,
I'm thinking and processing out loud as I say.
because I understand. For me, the reason why I brought it up is because I think that for people, when something has happened, for
Mm.
people to heal, for people to get over it, for people to get past it,
Yeah, yeah.
they need to feel what they feel. Like, it's the only way you can heal. You're going to need to go through the phases and the stages of grief. You're going to
Mm,
need to
mm,
go
mm.
through that process. And someone, it's like, it's a very weird example. Do you remember that episode of Big Bang Theory where Amy is trying to, I don't even know what she's trying to help Sheldon do. She's trying to help rewrite his brain, his compulsion to I don't know, to
Oh, the
complete things.
OCD one.
Yeah. And so she'll have him like start to play a song in like a kid's pop up. Exactly. And just before it finishes, she takes it away. So it doesn't complete. And then she
Yeah.
has him do the dominoes thing, and he sets up
Yes.
all the dominoes and he blows it. And as they're toppling, she puts a card in front of some of them so the rest don't fall. She has
Yeah.
him sing like the US national anthem. And before he gets to the end, she turns off the keyboard so he doesn't complete it. For me, I feel like that's kind of what toxic positivity does to people. It's like
Doesn't allow the
it
process.
doesn't allow the process. It cuts them short in the middle of their grieving, cuts them short so that they
Mm,
like this they're like, don't wallow in your negativity. Don't say those kinds of bad things. Don't, you've got to look on the bright side. You've got to be grateful that at least you have your health. Like, you might have lost your home, but at least you have your health. You should be
mm,
grateful about that. Your husband might have cheated on you and had 3 babies with 3 different women, but at least you have your own kids. At least you
mm,
have your job. Like,
mm.
it kind of wants
Yeah, yeah,
people
yeah,
to
yeah.
deny the fact that I'm broken and I'm in pain, and it's going to
Mm,
take a
mm,
minute for me to
mm,
get from the dark side back into the light. It's like, no, 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 come into the light now, right now.
mm,
Leave it
mm,
now. Heal now. Stop feeling negative. Don't stop feeling like you want to throw yourself off a building. Stop feeling like you want
mm,
to jump in the grave with your loved one. Like, stop feeling. And for me, it cuts down the healing process and it annoys me. It annoys me, especially when we approach it from the lens of Christianese. And I know what the Bible says, and I know that people mean well. But
Yeah.
saying things to someone like, oh, they're in a better place, or oh, it is well, you shouldn't speak like that just because this has happened. Things will still, I know things will look up. I know God has a plan. Right now, it doesn't look, feel, sound that way. Can I
Yeah.
just cry in peace?
Yeah.
Can I just be in the dark for 5
Mm.
minutes? Can I feel what I feel before you
Mm.
arrive with your encouragement? Before you arrive with your, oh, but things are, it could be. One of the ones I hate so much is it, but look, if you think about it, it could be so much worse. Yeah? You don't mean it. Like,
I'm
how
with
is this
you.
helpful to me? I think that's so when I saw it, I was like, yes, yes, Lovey, I relate
Yeah.
because it annoys me so,
True.
so much.
Yeah. I completely hear where you're coming from, and I do think that like we have to create the space for humanity. Like you have to create the space to feel the full spectrum of emotion before you move on to like the healing phase of it as
Mm,
well. I think there's also an element of toxic positivity that comes from like, and as you've been speaking, I've been unpacking this idea in my head. I'm still unpacking, so bear with me. But like, it's this. I want to tap a little bit more into this, like willful ignorance, but maybe it's also shame. It's like I'm too ashamed to say that I failed, or I'm too ashamed to say that things didn't go well. Like I'm embarrassed that I'm making it
mm,
up. I'm embarrassed that my child was caught doing drugs. Okay. So
mm, mm.
instead of lamenting over that and being like, what the heck, you know, it's like, no, everything is fine, everything is okay. Like
Shoo.
it's like we're not gonna talk
We're gonna
about it.
pretend,
We're
yeah.
gonna pretend like it's like there's like we're gonna pretend that everything is okay because we're protecting an image of ourselves, um or we're protecting a perception of ourselves as well. And for me, that is, I think that's almost a deeper level of toxic positivity
Yeah.
because it's like it's eating away at your foundation. Like if someone passes away and people are like, oh, they're in a better place, it's an annoying thing to hear for sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm,
and depending on when you're saying it to me as well, it needs to be the
mm,
right time in the process for
yeah.
you to say that
Mhm.
to me. But something like this, I think if we're afraid to confront something and instead we respond with talk, I have this image in my mind of like the movies that paint the picture of like the perfect neighborhood. Oh, Wisteria Lane on
Oh,
what's
the
this?
absolute scam of Wisteria
Yeah,
Lane.
the
Desperate
scam.
Housewives.
Desperate Housewives, thank you. It's the scam of Wisteria Lane. It's perfect. Perfect manicured lawns, beautiful picket fence, these
Meanwhile.
beautiful mansions. Meanwhile, inside, turmoil,
Mm,
anxiety, stress,
yeah.
pain, deep sadness, unhappiness. But we're presenting a positive picture. We're presenting a happy
Especially
picture.
Brie. Yo, Brie was toxic.
Brie! Brie is toxic. Exactly.
Brie.
The
Oi, oi,
sh- the
oi.
Stepford wife, whatever, whatever. Like that for me, that is toxic positivity
Mm,
because it's covering something that needs to be addressed, that
yeah.
needs to be a real person.
Be a real
Like
person.
Brie, I just wanted to slap reality into Brie's face.
Girl,
Just
same.
breathe, child. Your life is falling apart. You're allowed to cry. You're allowed, like, you're allowed to be falling apart. Anyway, but for me, that for me is
Yeah.
toxic positivity that as a society, I feel like we need to address. Like, you don't need to
Mm.
be more than you can be in any moment.
Yeah. I look, the thing you said about, shame, and using positivity as a facade, like to cover it.
Yes.
That thing is
Yes.
deep. That thing is
Yes.
deep. It's like, You are projecting a positive front to cover up for the fact that you are ashamed, that you have failed, that you are disappointed, that you're hurting. It's this thing where, again, a very lousy example, but like a woman gets cheated on, and then she does this whole, I'm better off without him. I divorced him. He didn't
Yes,
divorce me. I was gonna divorce him anyway. He was
this
no
is
good. He was no this. You act like it didn't break you. I mean, maybe it didn't, but for people who it did break, you act like it didn't break me. I'm perfectly
I'm
fine.
still strong. I'm
I'm
still
still
strong.
strong.
I'm still
Yeah.
fine.
And you just present this front, a
Yes.
Brie front, like nothing's happening, nothing can touch me. It's so good.
Yes.
I'm about to go get my nails and my hair done. I'm driving away in my G-Wagon. Meanwhile, you are broken inside. Yeah, this thing
This
you've
this for that for the description of the scenario you've just painted now, that for me is toxic positivity. That's
oh,
toxic.
because so I feel like there's two sides to it. There's the one that's put on you by people when something
Mm,
happens. So the one where they
mm.
say to you, at least you have your health,
Fair.
at least you have
Mm,
this, so you shouldn't
mm,
feel bad. And then
mm,
the one that's
mm,
actually worse is the one
mm,
you put on yourself,
mm,
where you are
mm.
like, I'm gonna cover this thing, I'm gonna slather positivity all over this terrible thing that's
Yes,
just happened.
yeah. But meanwhile, there's a
Yo,
massive lump in the rug
don't do it. Don't do
that you're gonna
it.
trip over. Yeah.
I think, and I love how Lovey said it. She's like, hold the space, listen, like let people feel what they feel. Let them
Mm,
go through the emotions. Let them go
mm,
through the pain.
mm,
And if you are doing this to yourself, you are allowed to feel what you feel. You are allowed to go through it. Um, and not feel the need to like to present yourself to the world like you have it together. Like things are
yeah.
allowed to break you. You're human after
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Things are
Yeah.
allowed to
Yeah.
rock you. I
Yeah.
just I'm so I for me when I'm going through maybe that's the reason why when I'm going through something I kind of just
Retreat.
retreat. Yeah, I kind of
Me
just
too.
hide
Me
because I
too.
don't want to hear you encourage me. I know that sounds dumb, but I don't
No,
want to
I
hear
fully
it.
get it. Yeah, yeah,
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear you tell me it could be worse or I should be grateful that I have my health. I don't want to
yeah.
hear it. And I
Mm.
think that a point that you've raised that's very important, and I made a note of I- this is not to say that positivity you shouldn't be positive when things are happening are falling apart. Sometimes
Mm.
it's all you have left is your positivity or your
Is your
optimism. It's true.
outlook. Yeah.
It's
Mm.
all
Mm.
you have left.
Mm.
Everything that could have fallen apart has fallen apart. All you have left
Mm.
is your outlook, literally.
Mm.
And you're
Mm.
choosing to be positive while dealing with it. So it's like for me, a good way would be I'm not doing okay now, but I will
Mm.
be.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
I'm struggling right now, but I know I'll come out fine.
Mm.
I'm
Mm.
going through it, but I
Mm.
am going through. Like I will pass through it and come out on the other
Amazing.
side,
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
a better way to look at it, not to deny the fact that you are, rocked and you are down and all of that. And I think that if you are the friend or the family or the Christian brother or sister on the outside, wanting to offer support and encouragement, I think the most important thing to consider is timing.
Mm.
Timing is key. Like in the moment where this person has lost their child is not the time to be telling them it is well. It most
Mm.
certainly is not well.
Mm. Mm.
It's not. It's not the time
Mm.
to be telling them, oh, look on the bright side. God always has a plan. This does not look or feel like God's
Like a
plan.
plan.
This feels like
Yeah.
chaos. It's not
Yeah.
the time to be telling them, at least you have your health. What should I do with my health when I've just buried my child? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I don't want the health. Take it away. So I feel like it's a timing thing. Even if you are going to encourage people or ask
Mm.
or try to pull your friends out of the darkness into the light or pull them into positivity, I think you need to give people some time.
Mm.
Like
Mm.
And to what you were saying earlier, I think you need to not just give them time, but I think you need to meet them where they are.
Yeah.
So, like, get into the trenches with them. It's a
Yeah.
horrible thing that has happened. We're going to
Yeah.
cry about it. We're going to
Yeah.
mourn about it. We're going to
Yeah.
do, and then after you've given them a little bit of time to go through the process, you can gently start trying to lift them up out of it into positive thinking, lift them
Mm.
up back into life, lift them up. Okay, today we're going to open the curtains, or today you're going to take a shower, or
Mm.
today we're going to go outside and stand on the balcony,
Mm. Mm.
gradually pulling them out of it, and then start to help them change their mindset. Like, yes, it's a terrible thing, but you're going through it. You're gonna be okay, friend. You're gonna be
Mm.
strong again. You're gonna get another
Mm.
job. Your bank
Mm.
account balance will bounce back. You'll get another man. Your health will get, like, little by little. I think the most important thing is timing for me.
Absolutely.
I said this before on the podcast. Please, nobody should near me with this nonsense of it could have been worse. I will bitch slap someone. Don't near me with it. I can't deal. I can't deal. I just can't. I think it's
You
very
know,
insensitive.
it's so funny that you think about that phrase that way, because in South Africa, like, so for example, South Africa is like one of the crime capitals of the world.
Oh gosh, tell me about it.
Okay. So um and so things happen to people here that are it's horrible. It's horrible. It's
Yeah.
not good things happen. And it has become like a South African response to be like, yo, but it could have been worse, eh? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, your car will get stolen and you'll be like, yo, it could have been worse. Someone will break into your home and steal stuff and you'll be like, yo, but it could have been worse. So for me, that phrase carries no weight. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
Got it.
it's just
It's just
something that
something
we
you
say.
say.
Do you know what I mean? Because my car could be stolen, but I also could be dead. Like, like, so it's just so funny for me that this sentence grates you so hard, because in South Africa, it's said
No,
all the time.
look, you're not wrong. Sometimes that's the only way you can look
Yeah,
at something bad that's happened is, yo, but
yeah.
it could have been worse. Because
It could have
sometimes
been worse.
when you think about how much worse a situation could have been, because like in the example you gave, my car was stolen, but at least I'm alive. I could be dead because they could have killed me to take my
Mm,
car. Sometimes when you
mm,
think about it that way, not only does it make you grateful that you
mm,
survived the experience, but it also
mm,
does help pull you out of it. But
mm.
here's my thing. In that situation, I'm the one choosing a positive outlook. I'm not hiding that. I'm not saying, oh, my car
Fair.
was
Yeah.
stolen, but it doesn't matter. I've got so much money I can buy. I'm not acting like it didn't affect me. I'm
Mm,
I'm saying, yo, my car was stolen, which is like a huge, like it was a rough thing.
mm.
But then I'm like, it could have been worse, is my way of being like, but at least I'm alive and I can
Yeah.
work hard and get another car. Where that
Yeah.
statement rocks me is when I'm bawling, like really in
Of
it
course. No,
about
no, no.
something. And
Yeah,
then
for
someone
sure.
says to me, yes, but at least you're alive. It could
I'm
have
with
been.
you. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm
That's
with you.
where
I'm
it
with you.
rocks me. I'm
I'm
like,
with you.
not,
I'm
and
with
like I
you.
said, everything is timing, not the time.
It
Not
could
the
be,
time.
yeah, time and
Because if
place.
you
Time and place.
time and place, if you say that to me a week, 2 weeks, a month after it has happened, and you be like, I'm so glad that you survived that thing because it could have been worse. Like, I probably will join you to be like, yo, the way God saved me. You know
Yeah,
what I
with you, with
mean?
you, with you,
But
with you.
in the moment where I'm still
With
going
you.
through this thing, it has just happened, and you
Mm,
arrive to say, but at least you have your health. It could have been worse.
mm, mm.
Don't get me started. I think that's, for me, it's it's more, one, time and place, and two, who's saying it. If I'm the one choosing, this is how I want to, because you can choose to process your trauma that way.
Yeah,
If that's how I'm choosing to go
yeah,
through the
yeah.
situation, I'm
With
choosing,
you.
I don't want to cry and I don't want to be on the floor. I'm going to choose
With
to be
you.
positive. I'm going to choose to be grateful that it could have been much worse, but it
Yeah,
wasn't. This is how I
yeah,
want to deal with this situation. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
denying that it happened, but this is how I want to. That's fine. Which is why
Mm,
I'm saying it's not that you should not be positive when things happen. It's not that you should not be
mm,
optimistic about life. It's just, I think the point is, do not deny yourself the opportunity of choosing how you want to deal with a situation
yeah,
just
I get you.
because you want to be positive.
I get you.
Because
I
that
get you.
thing,
I get you.
it can rock you. If you don't deal with trauma now, it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds and it builds. And
Yeah, yeah,
next thing you know, you've got a generation of people with childhood trauma who don't know what to do with themselves.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm
anyway.
with you. Anyway,
Ah, yeah, I'm just saying. I'm not saying don't be positive. I'm saying go through what you need to go through, however you need to go through it. And if that's
feel
with a
what you gotta
positive
feel.
outlook, feel what you've got to feel. If it's
Mm,
with a positive outlook, with it. If you need to
mm.
cry and kick and scream and throw things, with it. As far as you are processing so that you can heal and get back to doing life the way you want to do life, I'm all for it.
All for
Um,
it.
yeah, and
Mm.
Sha, don't near me with that thing. Nobody should say that thing to me. It's not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well. Come say hi on Instagram and on TikTok, and don't forget that you can like, subscribe, share, comment, do all of the things on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. Thank you for joining us. Okay, love you. Bye.
Okay, love you. Bye.
Hey, thanks for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe anywhere and everywhere you find your podcasts. You can also watch and subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Okay, love you. Bye.